Distinguished colleagues, my name is Trifon Stefanov and I'm the CEO of Institute for Systemic Economic Engineering. Today, I'll present to you our concept under the title Industry 4.0 and the necessity of a new quality human capital. But first, we should ask ourselves, what is Industry 4.0? According to Klaus Schwab, the ideology behind the concept Industry 4.0 is characterized by the emergence of numerous innovative technologies that will be produced in smart factories. From an engineering point of view, those innovative technologies represent new machinery which will be produced in a new kind of machinery enterprises. And if we are talking about the industry for machines, we immediately talk about the machine engineers that power this industry. However, in the West, the crisis with this type of personnel is severe. Because of our previous ideology, knowledge economy, we diverted many of the finest young people towards social science specialties and above all, economics and management. Following the policies of the ideology knowledge economy, our Western world decided to move the dirty industry for machines away to poor countries like China, and we voluntarily gave away our most innovative technologies. We proceeded with mass deindustrialization, while at the same time we rapidly developed the service sector. The result is that today, the West is 100% dependent on the Eastern industry for machines. And now it is expected of the West to revive its industry for machines in a situation where our most innovative technologies are gone and we lack the necessary human capital, the engineers. The following graph backs up this claim, as it shows a comparison of bachelor degree graduates in machine engineering in the US and Europe compared to those in China. We can follow the ratio between the West and China in the year 2000, when it was 6 to 4, whereas today it is 3 to 7, and the trend is in favor of China. You can see for yourself that when the West decided to move its industry for machines to the East, China wasn't sitting idly, but started producing engineers of an unprecedented quantity and quality. And now we have to do the same. In this paradoxical situation, the only option in front of the West for realizing Industry 4.0 is to deploy mass production of engineers in unprecedented volumes, and those engineers must be able to create a new industry for machines that is of higher quality. And here lies the huge problem of the Western world. The young of today no longer want to pursue a career in engineering. For this, we did local research in Soviet technical universities, where in 2004 there were 20 admitted students per 100 applicants. In 2022, there are not enough applicants to have any competition whatsoever. Today, the Western world, instead of focusing on promoting engineering education, the education that develops creative human capital, the world has been mass producing a range of social science professionals and above all others, professional economists. In the US and Europe, the ratio of economics to engineering graduates is 2 to 1. But, as we all know, economic education does not give any practically useful knowledge for maintaining the current economic level of an enterprise for machine, let alone develop it or create a whole new enterprise. Yet, in order to realize Industry 4.0, we need those kind of people with the exact kind of knowledge to create new enterprises. As of now, the Western world doesn't stand a chance in the successful implementation of Industry 4.0, which places us in a very unfavorable position in the technological future of the world. So the question is, how can we restore the prestige of the engineering education and create a new quality of engineers which will give chance for the successful realization of Industry 4.0 in our Western world? Can we redirect the human capital of the West back towards engineering specialties and at the same time provoke the political and business elites to start focusing on the industry for machines once again? The answer is hidden in a few disregarded evident facts. The first fact is that engineering education and economics education have some similarities. They both study the so-called model ontologies. Model ontologies are the study of the principal setup and way of functioning of classes of objects. For us, the engineers, these classes of objects are the machines, while for the economists, these classes of objects are the enterprises. The second fact is that while the scientific developments of engineers are extremely thorough and verified in practice, the development of modern economies are still at the scholastic level. The method of scientific development of economics consists of written texts and theories that are accepted as true and valid only because of the authority of the economic school from which they originate, not because of their practical relevance. And that's why absolutely none of the economists can actually give a decent explanation of the model ontology of the enterprise for machines. Economic students don't acquire any practically applicable knowledge of managing the real industry, and yet the young people of the West disturbingly continue to pursue an education in economics. Therefore, in order to inspire the interest of the young and motivate them to pursue engineering majors, the engineering education itself must gain a worldwide recognition as the only major that offers practical and useful knowledge for managing the economy of the enterprise for machines. Ladies and gentlemen, I am here to present to you the concept of how exactly we, the engineers, could and should fill this deficit of knowledge, which in turn will significantly enhance the prestige of the engineering profession and will give chance for the successful realization of Industry 4.0. You may be asking yourself, why should engineers and not economists solve a problem related to the management of the real industry? Let me remind you of a publication named The Engineer as an Economist, published at the end of the 19th century by the distinguished engineer Henry Pound, president of the American Society of Mechanical Engineering. In his publication, he identifies these same problems related to the science of industrial management. He concludes that precisely machine engineers, as people who are used to working thoroughly and systematically, are the ones that must undertake the development of the science of industrial management. Pound's work marks the beginning of 3 engineering waves in the development of the fundamental scientific knowledge of economy, or in other words, in the development of a holistic business model ontology of the enterprise for machines. These waves are associated with Frederick Taylor, William Deming, Oliver White, and other great engineers. But despite the gradual progress in the development of a holistic business model ontology, the withdrawal of political and financial support from engineering halted the progress of these great engineers before the achievement of this cherished goal. The answer key is hidden in completing the work of these great men through a 4th engineering wave in the development of a fundamental scientific knowledge of economy as the only one solution that will reverse this unfavorable trend in our Western world. But what is this wave about? It refers to the process of creating, developing, and disseminating a holistic business model ontology. This knowledge must contain a unified theory and terminology that provides a schematic and formulaic description of the principal setup and way of functioning of the economy of the enterprise for machines. And that's the very reason we're here today, to announce that the first half of the equation has already been solved. After over 20 years of effort by a team of Bulgarian engineers at the Institute for Systemic Economic Engineers, the Western world already has such revolutionary knowledge, a holistic business model ontology based on the enterprise for machines. And I emphasize that the Bulgarian engineering development is not just a concept. In fact, it has already been successfully tested in practice in several enterprise for machines, in the form of a new type of holistic ERP software. The second reason we are here today is to articulate the responsibility that each of you has for solving the second half of the equation. This solution involves all of us, the unity of all Western engineers and engineering organizations that have to direct the efforts needed to initiate the 4th engineering wave and the mass dissemination of this new engineering knowledge. Thanks to this new knowledge of high quality, the 4th engineering wave will generate a new class of engineers that we call systemic economic engineers. These engineers surpass even the most highly regarded professional economists engineers due to their knowledge of creating new enterprise for machines or of improving old ones. I speak with such certainty because after analyzing research studies conducted in universities such as Tsinghua, Stanford, and NYU, as well as studies conducted among ERP manufacturers like SAP and Oracle, and even the top management consulting companies like KPMG and PwC, I have been repeatedly convinced that an analog of this holistic model and the digital technology, which is based on it, does not exist anywhere in the world but here. Furthermore, my conviction is also supported by the master thesis that I submitted at Tsinghua University, which was successfully defended. And all the professors agreed that the developed holistic model ontology was superior to any other similar knowledge, and they expressed a great interest in studying and disseminating it. The strategic development of this innovative knowledge throughout our technical universities will lead to redistributions of global markets of knowledge for management of the industrial economy. Markets that strike above €2.5 trillion per year. And this will make our Western technical universities some of the most appealing educational centers of the world. Citing such opportunities will inevitably lead to interest from the Western political and business elites, which will also naturally lead to a return of interest in the industry for machines more than ever. Now, you can clearly see for yourself how the fourth engineering wave will lead to the successful implementation of Industry 4.0, enabled by the mass production of systemic economic engineers, which will be possible due to the newly found prestige of the engineering profession. We can achieve it only by initiating this process together as engineers, a process that, according to its magnitude of impact, can be considered the new road in the history of the future that we all desire. The time is now, colleagues. Thank you.
Thank you.